Dark.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Shot in the Dark. I am your host, John Siino Evil here. Let's get right down to it. First and foremost, it should be noted that this show and possibly next week's show are going to be a little bit on the lighter side. Obviously the holidays coming in, so a lot of these shows are going to be doing either holiday specials or just less matches. So it did kind of start this week, but expect the show regardless in the next couple weeks or so. AEW Dark Elevation starts with a 6-woman tag match as Emi Sakura, Nyla Rose, and the Bunny defeated the team of Jessica James, Gigi Ray, and Lady Bird Monroe, all three of those females making their debut. Nyla pins Monroe after a couple of beast bombs because she was staring at Ruby Soho, who was on commentary during this match, as they'll be facing off in the TBS tournament with their match happening on Dynamite. Jessica James has the most experience out of all three here. She has appeared in Ring of Honor, Shimmer, Shine, and she was also an alternate in the Mae Young Classic in 2017. Red Velvet defeated Maddie Ronkowski, who we haven't seen in a couple of months or so, very easily here with the final slice. Bear Country defeated Chaos Project, pinning Luther after what they call the Bear Bomb, which is the move that they've been doing, where one guy jumps off the other guy's shoulders for a big splash, but they're not calling it the Bear Bomb. Andrade El Idolo defeated Khan, making his debut. This is actually Andrade's first match since his street fight with Cody Rhodes. And Khan just came off of being part of Shane Taylor Promotions in Ring of Honor. They recently just lost the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team championship, teaming up with Shane Taylor and his partner Moses, who they formed Soldiers of Savagery. Very impressive look here. Former football player, has a very impressive look. Definitely wouldn't be surprised if this guy appears a little bit more often in AEW. They did just drop the titles at Final Battle, and obviously with everything happening in Ring of Honor, it should be noted where he might go next. In this short 3-minute match, Khan actually held in there, looked pretty impressive, but Andrade gets the win here with an armbar submission. Thunder Rosa defeated Amber Rodriguez, also making her debut here, a 9-year veteran. Rosa easily wins here with the Fire Thunder driver. In the main event, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, and 10 defeated the team of Matt Hardy, The Blade, and Isaiah Cassidy. Hardy Family Office's favorite trio combination here. Fun but short match here, with 10 making Blade submit to the full Nelson. Tuesday's AEW Dark, another set of tapings from the Universal Studios. Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn of the Gun Club defeated Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson, with Austin rolling up Brock after 7 minutes after a little bit of underhanded tactics from the Gun Club. Abadon defeated Charlotte Renegade. It should be noted that Charlotte and her twin sister Robin are actually recently part of the WWE tryouts that they had. A lot of notable names there. A lot of names that actually came out of the Nightmare Factory, QT Marshall. So a lot of faces and names you might have heard of on this show or AEW Dark. Actually were there at the tryouts, as well as the current Ring of Honor Women's Champion Roxy was there as well. So it should be interesting if anything comes out of that. As far as this match, Abadon destroys Charlotte Renegade in about a minute with the Cemetery Drive. Eddie Kingston defeated Colin Delaney easily with the DDT. Taz on commentary says that Eddie Kingston is always in a bad mood because everybody from Yonkers is always in a bad mood. I disagree. Fire Frank is always in a good mood. Penelope Ford defeated Willow Nightingale with the Muda Lock. Brandi Rhodes defeated Charlotte's sister, Robin Renegade here. And her sister Charlotte was actually on the outside, trying to interfere here until Arn Anderson comes out and he teases doing the gun thing to Charlotte, which is a little awkward. So she just goes to the back for this match. And then Brandi gets the win with a new submission that she calls the Stretch Mark. I love that name. Jorah Joel of the Hardy Family Office defeated the debuting Julius Coleman with a running boot. After this, the Wingmen cut a promo in the little holiday gear here, calling out the best friends as they'll be facing off against Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Yuta next week. Isaiah Cassidy defeated Carly Bravo. Cassidy gets the pin after this flying stunner-like move. It should be noted that Mark Quinn hasn't wrestled since October, so I'm not sure if he's injured or not. Same thing with the Butcher, so that's the reason why I think the Blade and Isaiah Cassidy have kind of been teaming up with Matt Hardy recently. So something might be up with Mark Quinn. Kiera Hogan defeated Chalance Royale with a Roundhouse Kick. Excalibur and Taz keeps getting a kick out of Royale doing her opera singing gimmick. Bear Country defeated the team of Mark Orlando and Zach Clayton. Orlando's making his debut. He's been around for a while, wrestling for Impact and Evolve. Bear Bronson gets the pin on Orlando after the Bear Bomb. Bear Country cut a promo after saying they want to face the best teams in AEW, which prompts the Acclaim to come out. They don't do a rap, they just come out and challenge Bear Country for next week on Dark. 10 defeated Leroy Patterson. Leroy Patterson, I'm pretty sure you might have seen pictures or gifs already on this guy. He actually used to wrestle for XPW about 20 years ago as Leroy, the ring crew guy. And I guess he's become like some sort of a reality star in the meantime, appearing in a lot of different shows and video game things. And they mentioned that him and his manager Howdy will be appearing on this season of the Go Big Show. So how can I describe Leroy's gimmick besides that? it's just an obese gimmick, and he's literally coming out of his ring gear throughout the match. So, yeah, use your imagination or just look up this match and check it out for yourself. But 10 puts him out of his misery with the full Nelson. Red Velvet defeated La Rosa Negra quickly with the final slice. Sean Dean defeated Lucas Chase with a pretty good-looking top rope splash. Dean looking impressive as ever. And the main event here, Matt Sydal defeated Serpentico with a lightning spiral in a good 7-minute battle. NXT UK starts with Charlie Dempsey, now part of Die Familie with Tioman here, defeated Joe Coffey. Die Familie and Gallus get involved, but Dempsey wins the match with a Dragon Sleeper after Joe Coffey passes out. Great showing from Dempsey here. Sid Scala announces that on the shows for the new year, there'll be a Tag Team Championship #1 Contender Elimination Tournament with T-Bone and Primate of Symbiosis taking on Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter, and Rohan Raja and Tioman of Die Familie taking on Jack Stars and Dave Mastiff, and the winners will face off in the #1 contenders for the NXT UK Tag Team titles. Jordan Devlin has this new, American Psycho Patrick Bateman gimmick. He's even quoting lines from the movie and just kind of reenacting scenes from it. So, yeah, a little weird that they're going with a little American Psycho gimmick for him. Moustache Mountain comes to the ring for a celebration, where Trent Seven says that he was thinking of hanging it up, but now that they're champions, that's not the case. And Tyler Bate was announced as the first ever Grand Slampion champion here in NXT UK, and they thank everyone for this moment and wishes everyone a happy Christmas and a happy New Year. They announced that Michael Satomura will take on Blair Davenport on January 6th. That should be a great match. Kenny Williams defeated Danny Jones. Kenny comes out and says that he doesn't want to face Danny. He wants to face Mark Andrews, but Andrews doesn't come out, so he fights Jones anyway and beats him after hitting 2 bad lucks. And after the match, they show that Williams actually attacked Mark Andrews backstage. In the main event here, a #1 contenders match for the Heritage Cup, A-Kid defeated Nathan Frazer. Frazer gets the first fall with a roll-up in round 2. A-Kid comes back with a flying super kick for the pin in round 4. And then A-Kid gets the win by submission in round 5 in a fantastic matchup here. I'll say it again, NXT UK is the best WWE show out there right now. Definitely always has a good match or two per episode. Impact Wrestling, we have Ace Austin defeated Hernandez with the fold on the Before the Impact show. Josh Alexander defeated Rohit Raju with the C4 spike. Doc Gallows and Joe Doring, as they now have this Good Brothers Violent by Design partnership, team up to defeat Rich Swann and Willie Mack, with Gallows pinning Mack after him and Doring hit a double chokeslam. VBD and Good Brothers keep attacking Swann and Mack. Then Heath and Rhino come out, they attack them, and then Eddie Edwards comes out for the save, so it looks like they'll be setting up a 10-man match. Trey Miguel defends his X Division Championship against John Skyler, defeating him with the Meteora. After the match, Miguel gets attacked from behind by Steve Macklin. He uses Miguel's title on him before dragging him to the back, and then we end up seeing him tied up, saying that he won't take no for an answer until he gets a title shot against him. Chris Bate defeated Laredo Kid after countering a top rope dive with a cutter. Really fun match here. They show footage of Deonna Purrazzo confronting Roxy at Ring of Honor's final battle, followed by this autograph signing where Deonna attacks Mickie James, so Gail Kim makes the match at Hard to Kill a Texas death match. They also show a coming soon video for Masha Slamovich, who has recently signed with Impact. Tennille Dashwood of The Influence defeated Jessie McKay of The Inspiration with a spotlight kick after some help from Caleb with a K. Totally distraction on the outside from Madison Rayne and Casey Lee, so they're continuing this storyline between these two teams. And the show ends with a contract signing between Moose, W. Morrissey, and Matt Cardona for the triple threat match at Hard to Kill. Morrissey grabs the contract first, signs it, says he's not here to play games, and he just leaves. Cardona and Moose sign, and then they get into a couple of words, and then Moose calls Chelsea Green, who was there with Cardona, a whore, so they fight, and Moose puts Cardona through the table with the Uranagi. He teases leaving, but he comes back, and he starts attacking Cardona with a chair. Chelsea Green tries to take it away from him, but Moose ducks, and Cardona hits Chelsea in the head with another chair shot, so we get off the air with Chelsea Green being attacked here accidentally by her boyfriend. NWA Powerrr had a special holiday special, so just a short little 30-minute Surge episode here. We have some Christmas vignettes between Velvet Sky, Joe Galley, Tim Storm, Austin Idol, dressed up as Santa Claus, Kyle Davis. It ends with them exchanging gifts, which includes like Altoids and a baby wipes, and they all talk about their favorite Christmas movies, including Christmas Story and Die Hard and Christmas Vacation. So, yellow, interesting show here, and a couple kind of 3 throwaway matches here, with Captain Yuma defeated Fable Jake. Jaden Roller defeated Rush Freeman in the #1 contenders match for the NWA TV title, and Jay Bradley defeated Deontay. So a couple new names I haven't seen here before. On 205 Live, Saray makes her return after a short trip to Japan, defeated Lash Legend with a reverse roll-up. After the match, Lash Legend attacks Saray and cuts a promo on Saray, saying that she just got lashed in. Valentina Feroz and Yulissa Leon defeated Erica Yan and Fallon Henley, the former Tisha Price, who you might have heard on AEW Dark. It looks like she recently signed with WWE after appearing as an enhancement for them since 2018 and being on AEW Dark for over a year. She now has a new name in WWE. But Feroz gets the pin on Yan after an assisted crossbody. In the main event, Joaquin Wilde and Ray Mendoza of Legado del Fantasma defeated Malik Blade and Ru Feng. Haven't seen Wilde and Mendoza on 205 since January of 2021. Wilde gets the pin on Blade after a double team dropkick finisher. New Japan Strong, we have the final show with the Detonation Series, as Kevin Knight and the DKC defeated Jordan Clearwater and Brogan Finley, with DKC making Brogan submit. JR Kratos, Royce Isaacs, and the new Black Tiger defeated Finn Juice and Rocky Romero. Kevin Kelly in commentary kept trying to figure out who this new mysterious Black Tiger was. It's Ricky Reyes, in case you didn't know. Black Tiger pinned Rocky after a tombstone and a Tiger Driver, and it kept attacking him after the match. In the main event here, Filthy Tom Lawler defended the Strong Openweight Championship against Fred Rosser. Very good match here, went about 25 minutes. Them fighting all over the outside here. Back and forth match, but Lawler chokes out Rosser for the win. After the match, Rosser tries to call out whoever his next challenger is, and we see Taylor Rust, the former Russ Taylor, or Tyler Rust, he's had a bunch of different names here, recently being part of the Diamond Mine, back in New Japan, and he actually was a former Team Filthy member, so he comes out and he hugs all the Team Filthy members, seemingly rejoining them, only to attack Tom Lawler, saying that he'll be his next challenger. Ring of Honor has a special Top Prospect special. As far as I know, this is their second to last show before their hiatus. I'm pretty sure the Christmas show next week will be the last one, but stay tuned to see what they do with that. But in this show, it's a bunch of new names here. With Rayo defeating Adrian Soriano, Eric Martin, and Joe Keys in a four-way match. Rayo gets the pin on Martin after a springboard elbow drop. Matt Mikowski defeated Dante Calabero with a torture rack into an armbar. Mikowski's appeared a bunch in GCW, especially their Bloodsport events, so I'm a little familiar with his work. And in the main event, Josh Woods defeated Dak Draper with the Gorilla Slam. It was a non-title match until Dalton Castle comes out and convinces Woods to make it for the Pure Championship, in which he does, and in which he wins. On main event, Veer Mahaan, as he's trying to find his way to Monday Night Raw, keeps stopping at main event, so I'm not sure if he's just showing up to the show early or what, but he's not coming to Raw, but he's definitely coming to main event every week. On this show, he defeats Cedric Alexander. We also get T-Bar defeated Apollo Crews. In the WWE Network editions of the week, ICW Fear and Loathing Night 2, WXW We Love Wrestling number 25, and they also added a bunch of episodes of the old 80s MSG show, so a couple of, classic shows on there if you want to check that out. If you want to check more of me out, I appeared this week on MCU Later with WH Park and Wei Ting, talking about Spider-Man No Way Home, so check that out. I am also going to be on Be The Elite with Davey Portman this week, talking about the Holiday Bash for AEW Dynamite. I will also be on the British Wrestling Experience trivia game show with Martin Bushby and a couple other guests on there, so check that out. And who knows, you might see me pop up on another show or two before this year is over. That is it for me this week. You guys can catch me here next week for another episode of Shot in the Dark.